Alice in Wonderland, directed by Tim Burton, starring Johnny Depp, Helen Bonham Carter, Mia Wasikowska. Wasikowska? Oh my god, this pronunciation in Klingon. I believe the W is supposed to be a V. Wasikowska. Anne Hathaway and Crispin Glover. So I was pretty excited for this movie. I went to the midnight showing in 3D. Now before I begin this review, I just want to say that the theater I went to was nearly empty for the midnight show, and I thought it was going to be a bigger turnout, but at least these interesting people showed up in costumes. Gotta love those cosplayers, huh?
So, cosplay なの。コウタくんこういうの好きかなって。どうかな。コンコン、にゃーにゃー。なんちて。
Now, I have no earthly idea if it was just the particular theater we went to, defective 3D glasses, or the movie in general, but I found the 3D to be terrible. Half the time, the movie was more blurry with the glasses on than it was with them off. In fact, I spent about 40% of this movie just watching it without the 3D glasses, just because it was so blurry. And that's when I found out that the 3D was added in later, which usually isn't an issue, but honestly, I can't give you a reliable opinion on the 3D in this movie because there was something wrong with the theater we went to. So, in spite of a splitting headache distracting me the entire time, the movie was actually pretty good. The movie felt kind of rushed in some places and was really reliant on the visual effects. Honestly, it felt more like an animated movie to me than a live-action one, and some of the CGI was just kind of meh. Of course, since it is Alice in Wonderland, I accepted the fact that everything looked really fake. And in case you weren't aware, this isn't exactly like an adaptation, more as like a sequel. Kind of. I'm not a huge Alice in Wonderland buff, but essentially this is Alice's return to Wonderland, or Underland, or something like that, and she has been destined to defeat the Red Queen's creature, the Jumbawumba, the Jabberwocky? Jabberwocky. That's it. Jabberwocky. Which is kind of like this demonic looking dragon thing that talks. It's like Satan plus Barney. The plot was pretty simple, and honestly, to me, it wasn't that interesting. And in case you're wondering, yes, this movie would have been a complete flop without Johnny Depp. He made the movie so entertaining, and I absolutely loved his performance. The Mad Hatter was easily the best character in the entire film, and almost every scene that he's in is absolutely hilarious. And I was also actually really surprised that they didn't overemphasize him as much as I thought that they would. Alice was the main character, and they did a pretty good job of keeping the focus on her, even though the entire time all I really cared about was seeing more of the Mad Hatter. Helena Bonham Carter also did a really good job. She looked pretty weird with that bobblehead thing that she had going, but it was entertaining. I was actually surprised on how funny her character came out to be, even though she is the bad guy of this movie. The Tweedles were interesting and kind of funny, but they looked so fake, which is kind of the point. I mean, I don't believe that they were intended to look realistic, but I just find their part in the movie just kind of okay. The cat was awesome, though. I love the way that they animated him. He just was so cool, just vanishing in and out of scenes. They did a really good job with the floaty cat thing. Anne Hathaway played the White Queen, and I love Anne Hathaway, but she didn't put her arms down the entire movie. And quite honestly, the magic fairy tale princess act got really old really fast. As far as Mia goes playing Alice, I thought she did a good job. Yeah, she didn't really stand out too much, and they really could have gotten just about anyone to play Alice, but for what it was, I thought it was good. I wasn't a huge fan of the ending because it was a bit rushed and had that I had a dream and you were all in it feel, where she was for some reason compelled to tell everyone back home something because she had some dreamlike adventure. I mean, she literally went from person to person and told them something based off of her thought process in Wonderland. Like, she went up to some twins that she knew and was like, "You remind me of some twin boys that I met in a dream once. Is that really necessary?" And the best part of the film was easily that weird, wobble-tarded dance that the Mad Hatter does at the end. Wait, what? Oh, yeah, the word, yeah. Wobble-tarded. Well, it's a combination of the words wobble, or wobbly, and retarded. It is most commonly used to refer to something that is wobbly and retarded. And I'm not making fun of people with mental disabilities. I'm mostly referring to people who ignore common sense to achieve stupidity. It could also mean something that is stupid and out of place. You can look it up in Webster's Dictionary, you won't find it there, I made that word up. But that dance was freaking hilarious, scary, stupid, and epic all at the same time. Overall, the movie was entertaining, but not great. It had a lot to offer to all ages. There were a couple of scenes that were a little bit scary, so if you take a young kid, they might get freaked out. The Jabberwocky was a little bit terrifying. Then there was a scene where they were jumping over, like, dismembered heads. Not entirely sure, but apart from that, I think it's a great family movie. I'm going to give Tim Burton's Alice in Wonderland a generous 7 out of 10. Honestly, I wouldn't recommend running out as fast as you can to catch this in theaters in 3D, but that's just my opinion. It's definitely worth a watch, so if you want to, definitely catch it when it comes out to rent. Unless, of course, you're a huge Alice in Wonderland fanatic and you just can't wait to go see this, I don't think you'll be disappointed. If you've seen this movie, let me know what you thought by leaving me a comment down below. Also, if this is your first time watching one of my videos, please make sure you check out my channel and subscribe for future movie reviews. I feel as if there wasn't enough in this video. Almost like it needs something extra to make it seem like it's longer and make it feel like I spent more time on it. But I really need to think of something original to do. I know, I'll put the trailer of the movie that I just reviewed at the end of my video. That's never been done before.
There is a place like no place on earth. Some say to survive it, you need to be as mad as a hatter. Which luckily, I am. Alice, it's you. You're back. Alice!
Alice!
See? Alice? You're absolutely Alice. I'd know you anywhere. You're all late for tea!
Alice has returned to Wonderland.
Since you've been gone, the Red Queen has taken over all of Wonderland.
Find her!
Help us make the world right again.
I need a pig here. I love a warm pig belly for my aching feet. Stop that. We have our champion.
Hold on tightly.
This is impossible.
Only if you believe it is.